Hello, Legionnaires. J-Man here. We're going to be talking about Clash at the Castle. Woo-hoo. So this is the pay-per-view. We're going to go through it. Let's just do a couple of updates really quickly before we continue on. The GoFundMe for our good friend Clobberin Times has reached and surpassed its goal, but I believe it is still open for donations. It is. They're already $600 over their goal, which is great. There is a link in the chat if anyone does want to still donate. So I believe it's still open. So check that out. I'm pinning that to the top. And let's talk about what's going on this week. So, of course, Monday we are going to be continuing the Legion live stream, and we're going to be doing 3 more issues. This one's going to be tough to get through because I was so excited to talk to our good friend Clobby about these issues, particularly 209, which is the last one you see with Karate Kid holding those orbs and absorbing Princess Projectra's pain. I was so excited to talk. That's one of my favorite. That story is probably my favorite that we've read so far. It's a simple story. It's only 10 pages, but it's really well told. And I've got 3 copies of that issue. I love it. So that's that. And then Thursday, Sean and I are going to be talking about Transformers, the Marvel comics. So we're going to be doing issues 11, 12, 13, and 14. So that's going to be exciting. And, of course, during that stream, we are also going to continue our Transformers Wars. So we're going to pick two Transformers and have them battle out to the death, or at least till they run off. So that'll be fun. A lot of people have been saying they've been having fun on these battle streams. So we're doing another battle. I might actually clip some of these and make them their own videos because I think people really like them. And we will be continuing with Transformers, the Headmasters animated series. So that's coming down. I don't have a date yet set. And of course, Fantastic Fridays will be back with the next installment. Let me see. Do I have the icon for that one? I think I've got the icon for that one. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. So that's this Friday coming up. I haven't read these yet, but Daredevil, oh my God. Oh, and the Frightful 4 baby. Yes, that's going to look really good. All right, before we start, let's say a thank you to the Legionnaires. We've got Dan, Sean, Steven, and Clobby, Brennan, Cliff on Comics, RR, Philip Story, Comic Addicts, and Mark D. There is going to be a Dazzler stream coming pretty soon, and Comic Addicts will be joining me for that Dazzler stream, so looking forward to that one. All righty, let's get her going here. I didn't put on my makeup, so no camera today. All right, let's bring in my co-host for all these WWE events. Yes, it's Bailey. Bailey's my co-host. Bailey, man! This crowd was brutal.
They were.
It's all just chanting and chanting.
You know, I think they almost approached it like it was a European football match where, they chant all the way through it, but like it became very distracting.
Big time. Yeah, big time.
And it got to be a bit much because it was nonstop. It was continuous. It was just like annoying.
Yeah. Let's say hey to everybody. Michael Vasquez, you were here super early this morning. Wow. 12 hours ago. Thanks for popping in and just leaving us a comment. Double C, what is going on?
Double C.
We're going to be talking today. Hey, where's my pin? Oh, there it is. So just to remind everybody, Clobberin Times, our good friend Mike Alonso, who did pass away, the GoFundMe is still up. They've raised over $15,000. So I believe it's still open. It is still open. So please continue to show support if you have not. And if you can. Of course, we would never ask you to do something that you're not comfortable with. Okay, let's get her done. We're not going to go too long. This wasn't a massive card.
Nope.
And there was a lot of people were not happy with the botch, the botchorama tag match. I mean,
Yeah, well, there was a few botches throughout, and the crowd yelled, "You fucked up a couple times." So
Well, if the crowd says it, it must be true.
it must be
Um,
true. Yeah.
so the first one was Cody versus AJ in an I Quit match. Is there anyone who didn't think Cody was going to win this?
Even AJ Styles' family knew Cody was going to win this one.
um, I don't want this to go on forever, so I just did a couple of quick notes, and I'll get your take on it, Steve.
Okay.
There was a part where they're in the hallway, and AJ's head looked like it smashed the wall. I was a bit shocked, actually. I was like, whoa. It kind of like, it startled me, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, brain buster on the table. That was cool.
Yeah.
AJ goes to his mom. That's always funny. You get the mom in there. I did like throwing the chair.
Yeah.
That oddly worked out perfectly. Like, what the heck? That was weird.
It did. Yeah.
And there's three, and he had to give him 3 crossroads basically to finish it up. So, I mean, what did you think? Well, what did you think of the match, Steve?
So I think the problem is that so they did AJ, and then they did Logan Paul versus Cody, and then they went back to AJ.
Right.
It was very rushed. They basically did a Mark Henry swerve, right? Because it was the same concept where, he's going to retire, and then he just beats the hell out of the guy, and okay. An I Quit match was interesting because I couldn't imagine AJ saying I quit, and I can't imagine Cody saying I quit. So I was interested to see how they would do that. Both guys,
I think they pulled it off okay. Like,
they pulled it off, but
handcuffing, I'm going to smash the crap out of you with the chair or with the stairs.
Yeah, it was still kind of weird how it was sort of handled, but I thought it was overall a good match. I think the problem, both guys bladed, and I don't know. The referees at one point said, "Oh, Cody's wearing the crimson mask." I'm like, "Well, he's wearing the crimson quarter mask. He's not wearing the full mask." Both guys bladed very oddly. Like, they didn't produce a lot of blood. So I was kind of like, did they rush it? Because notice when both guys bladed. Because it was when AJ went to yell at Cody's mom, and it's when AJ went through the table, and then the camera focused on Cody trying to get out of the handcuffs.
Right.
So the thing with blading is that if you don't do it right, it looks kind of silly. And I think both guys looked a little bit like, is a little bit of blood, but it didn't look, especially Cody, he lost the blood. That wound didn't bleed. So I was kind of like, why even bother then? But anyhow, the funny thing is this entire story was about, would Cody Rhodes go that extra limit to, would he get nasty? And they were kind of like, oh, he, because he's always the good guy. It's like, oh, is he going to turn nasty? Well, if you follow Cody Rhodes, he was a heel for years. So yeah, he can turn nasty. It was just funny how he was going to smash him with the stairs, and that was what caused him to say, I quit.
All right. Hey, FK. One.
I think what it was is that it seemed rather abrupt, and I think it wasn't as clear as I think they wanted it, which is AJ was tied, he was helpless, and Cody could just go crazy on him. And the whole thing was AJ's realization that Cody would go crazy on him. I think that's what.
Yes, I think I did. Like, he was getting angry, and it looked like he was getting a bit crazy, and the announcers were playing up that story.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to go crazy now. Oh my God. And then AJ's like, okay, you know what? Screw it. This guy's insane. I'm going to quit. Right. So
yeah.
I think they did it pretty good. Like, you're right. Like, I didn't see any of them really saying I quit. It had to be something weird, like something very out there for them to both say, yeah, I quit or whatever, or either of them. I mean,
right. And AJ did screw up with the belt. He was trying to put the belt, I think, in Cody's mouth, and he kept slipping. So the crowd let him know about that. It's kind of weird though, because what do people don't really realize, and I think we saw it a bit more with this card, is these guys are out there sweating, so it's impossible sometimes to get a good grip. to do some of the spots that they have planned.
Yeah.
That being said, the spot you called out, which is the chair to the face and then going through a table, was done masterfully by AJ.
That was so weird. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, he threw a chair. Oh, he went through a table. What the hell? Like, I was like, what the heck is this? This is like a video game or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty beats, and Cody took a lot of punishment, more than I thought he would. So I was like, okay, you know.
It was a ball gag. Something in his mouth. Was it a ball gag? I don't know.
No, I didn't see a ball gag. He was trying to put a belt in his mouth.
I'd rather watch the Batley
Townswoman's guild fight. So, I mean, these two guys are top of their games. Even though AJ is now like on the wrong side of 40. So yeah, I mean, it did what it was supposed to. I don't know where to go from here. Cody's really going to struggle to get a worthwhile opponent, which I think is why they brought the Bloodline out at the end to attack him.
Yeah, gosh. They need to have some better opponents lined up at this point.
Yeah, well, the guy they need to get in there is Randy Orton, but how do you turn Randy Orton heel again? Like, he's over with the fans, so like they love the RKO out of nowhere. So I don't. I think you have to sort of throw the whole heels and faces thing out the window and just have the best. Have LA Knight fight him, stuff like that. Like, just have the best or the most popular guys fight him, just to like make it more interesting. Because AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes, just even in an I Quit match, it didn't really interest me. And I thought it was funny that was the curtain jerker. That was the first match out of the shoot.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Dog, what's up? You guys doing okay? Yeah, we're getting I think so. Fantastic Friday went pretty good. Everybody was all right. Sean is going to be doing Clobby's parts, reading the. Sean tried his best to imitate Clobby's style of doing it. It didn't really work out, so Sean's just going to read it. You can't really do like Clobby doing Stan Lee is just like you can't replicate that.
You can't replicate that.
We're continuing on with Legion Mondays. That was something I actually wanted to do because Clobby got me into reading Legion, and I said, hey, I'd love to do a stream talking about the first appearance, and then it just kept going from there. So that was actually that was initiated by me, and Fantastic Fridays was initiated by me, Sean, and Clobby. All three of us came to that consensus saying, because I said, well, what do you want to do now that we finished Daredevil and we finished Fourth World? And they're like, well, let's just do Fantastic Four. So we all decided together. The only thing that's not continuing is Earth B, because that was Clobby's thing for me and him. That's the only thing we're not continuing. That was on his channel. That was his idea. He invited me to do it, and it became our thing monthly. So that will not continue. Legion was my idea. I based my channel memberships off that, so that is continuing. But I redid my background to make sure that Clobby has his he won't be forgotten. Let's just say that. You guys will see it on Monday. FK, you thought Sean did a good job. Oh, don't tell him that. No, I'll tell him. I'll tell him that you said you did a good job. A lot of people came out to support us on that one, so we appreciate that. Tomorrow will be a big one, and I think we'll just continue on from there. That's going to be a big one, especially since I was so looking forward to talking to this one. You're doing good. You're embarrassed with the new Marvel Comics logo. Makes me angry. We can't get into that right now. It's just, this stream will become 5 hours. Okay. Are you good on that? Anything else to mention on that match? No, everything good?
Nope.
Yeah, one day at a time, FK. That's really the only thing you can do. Okay, so let's do. It was Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, and Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. People, the whole thing about did she tap? That was weird. We can talk about that.
That was weird.
I don't think she tapped. I think that was just the way that she was moving her hands around. But
yeah,
the announcers called it out. But then also Lots of people are really pissed at Jade, saying that she's botching the crap out of everything. And they're like, it's like, there's like, yeah, there's going to be a botches, but they're basically saying it's like every match she botches something. So people are calling for her to go back
to Performance Center.
To perform. That's exactly what they said. Go back, not even NXT or whatever. Well, is that where is that like what
NXT,
is?
Yeah, it's at the Performance Center.
Yeah, so she has to go back to NXT. She never even started.
She never went to NXT.
She never went to
it.
Yeah, she immediately started. So some people weren't very happy about that. Yeah, I'll be watching House of Dragon, buddy. I love House of Dragon.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts? I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, this is one of these. There's too many people in the ring. You can't follow exactly what's going on. Did you think Alba Fire and Isla Dawn were going to win?
No.
Okay. Did you think Jade and Bianca would retain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it would be that. Yeah. Okay. So there was botches. I saw a lot of the botches. I thought at one point Isla Dawn destroyed her elbow because she was really either selling it, or I don't think she was selling it because the referee tried to lift her arm at the end, and you could tell the strain.
Yeah, she immediately tore it down.
Yeah. I think Isla Dawn looks way better without all the makeup. I think she looks like way better now than she did when I first saw her.
Yep.
I was shocked by this match, though. I was shocked that they gave it to Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They have done nothing with those characters. Everything was behind Bianca Belair. My face literally was like shocked when they did that. Neither Bianca or Jade ate the pin, so that was fine. But I would like to know, what the hell are they doing with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler? Like, I don't understand their characters at all. They're just like, oh, we're two badasses. I'm like, yeah, but that's not a character. That's just you're tough. Like, how is anyone supposed to really hate you because you are good? And how is anyone supposed to like you because you have no personality?
Right.
So it's just kind of like they're there and they keep getting in matches because, especially Zoe Stark, she's really good, but it's impossible to care about either one of them. And Isla Dawn and Alba Fire have been MIA for like a year now. So for them to win the match, I was happy that they took it off Bianca and Jade Cargill because it hopefully will give Isla Dawn and Alba Fire more exposure because I like both of them, but also because Bianca and Jade could, through their physiques and their athleticism, they could literally hold those titles forever. Right. And I think they need to turn either Bianca or Jade heel sooner rather than later, because there is a very, like, there's not a lot of top women right now, especially with Becky not there anymore for a while. So
right.
So it was a fine match. It was actually better than I thought it would be. But yeah, the botch fest Jade is a little too stiff for my liking. She's actually too muscular, I think, and she's not as flexible as I think she should be.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm okay with the ladies. I'm okay with the ladies winning. Because Jade's gonna have to become a heel or something.
Yeah.
I don't think Bianca's gonna become a heel. So
no.
FK sent me something privately. So this is this is for memories of Mike. Okay, cool.
Nice.
So that I can't FK, I can't pin it because I already pinned the other comment, or you already pinned the GoFundMe. So this will remain in chat though. So there you go. And I can pull it back up every so often. Thanks for sending me that. Yeah, I mean, okay. It is, yeah, it's like, I'm okay with the girls winning. We'll see what they do. Isla Dawn definitely looks a lot better now than she did with all the weird, gothy makeup. And I guess they figured because they're in Scotland and all the other Scottish people are going to lose anyways, may as well let them win because it didn't really matter anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't hurt Jade's popularity despite her botches. It doesn't hurt Bianca because Bianca's awesome. So it's just like it's an easy one. It's like, okay, we'll give them this win.
Yep.
All right, then we had Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn. Did you think Chad was going to win that one?
I was 50-50 on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought Chad might win because Chad has been on fire with his latest storyline.
Oh yeah.
He's been one of the most interesting heels in WWE right now.
Yeah.
And you know, Sami Zayn's a Canadian. I'm a Canadian. I obviously want to like the Canadians, but I'll be honest with you. Sami Zayn is completely vanilla to me. He's a vanilla worker. He's not terrible. He's competent, but I'm not like, ooh, I'm going to watch a Sami Zayn match. And he's just a guy. He doesn't really have a character or personality to me. Now that he's out of the bloodline, he's completely just become generic. So I was sort of hoping Chad would win. When he didn't win, I was still fine with it. But this didn't advance anything. Otis didn't pull the trigger on, fighting Chad. And Chad is extremely athletic. There's no real reason why I was watching the match. I'm like, Chad should win this. Like, he does these amazing moves. I'm like, how is this guy not winning?
Yeah, he doesn't need to have the guys, back him up.
Yeah.
So Otis saved Maxine, and then he got the hell of a kick or whatever, Halula kick or whatever. Yeah. So was Maxine's leg actually broken there, or like in real life?
I think that's kayfabe.
That's kayfabe, right? Yeah, I thought so. Like she got nailed on it. I'm like, okay, that like why would you wear high heels?
Yeah.
And I think that's so silly.
That is silly. There's no need for it. You got a walking boot on or a cast or whatever the hell it is. I saw no point to that. I just thought it was like, okay, this didn't really advance anything other than Chad Gables continues to be frustrated, and he's going to get the Creed brothers. I'm hoping that Ivy now turns heel as well because she needs help desperately because she's really good, but she has no character whatsoever. And the Creed brothers need a boost, and I think Chad Gable can give them a boost. And there you have Chad Gable and his new Alpha Academy versus his old Alpha Academy.
I see.
So,
I like Otis.
I do too.
I think he's pretty cool.
But I'm not going to fall for this again because Otis was actually really hot a few years ago. He was like they were teasing a relationship with him and Mandy Rose, and he mentioned that he lost his tag team partner, he lost Mandy Rose, he lost everything, and he, Chad Gable, he got that sort of thing there, and that's why he's sticking with Chad, which I think was a nice nod to, hey, Otis is, his career didn't start when he joined Chad Gable. We remember what he did before then. But I'm not going to fall for it because we've been here before. He actually won Money in the Bank once, and he didn't do anything with it. And it's just now, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So I refuse to get excited for Otis.
Right. FK is saying, yeah, it must have been fake. He remembers when a pregnant lady got slammed. Yeah, I don't think they would have slammed.
Yeah, pregnant lady's not going to get slammed. There's no way.
She will when I take over the Federation. No. I'm gonna have a character called the pregnant woman slammer. And that's all he does is he finds pregnant women in the audience and then slams them. And then does like a Jimmy Superfly Snuka off the top ropes. All right. So we had Piper Niven versus Bailey.
Bailey.
Girl. Is that what are they saying for her? What are they chant?
Will you be my girl? Will you be my girl? I think is what they're saying.
Bailey. Oh my God. Like I could not. And I get demonetized. Yeah, that's it. And I'm demonetized. That's it.
Yep. Why? What happened?
No, I'm saying I'm going to have pregnant women getting slammed. and I'm demonetized.
Well, it's been it's good run, J-Man,
Yeah.
We have a lot of fond memories, and
that's it. It's done. No, so then we had, okay, so what is it? Bailey, won't you be my girl?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh my God.
It's either won't or will you be my girl?
Will you be my girl? Will you be? Okay. I love Chelsea Green getting kicked out of and then coming back as Nacho. What did he call her? Nacho Chelsea or something?
Yeah, Nacho Chelsea. Like she came back with a Lucha Libre mask or a Lucha. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's hilarious.
I was like, my God, Chelsea Green makes everything better with just her character work. Like her ring work is okay, but her character work is like second to none.
She is so funny. I was crying. She came back and like, and then the announcer's like, "Who's that? Who's that character?" It's like, stop it. It's like she didn't even change her outfit.
She didn't change her outfit at all. She still had the schoolgirl outfit, and she just had a mask on.
Yeah.
I just like I liked when she like was hitting the referee. I loved his reaction to her because he was just looking at her like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah.
And she was just like, "She is the perfect like them making her a Karen was like the genius move. Like she
Oh
is
yeah.
just she is so perfect in that role."
Is this your homework, Larry? Is this your homework, Larry? I'll give her
But with this one, I had a big problem with the finisher. I do not like crucifix drivers at all. It
right.
doesn't make physical sense to me because, especially so. Okay, so wrestler's back or back is turned to the attacking wrestler. The attacking wrestler wraps their body basically around the opponent's arms,
Yep.
both their arms, and then they sort of use the momentum to drive the other wrestler backwards onto the back of their neck and their shoulders. So I don't like this move for two reasons. First of all, it doesn't make sense to me because if you're being hit from behind, you're going to move forward, not backward.
Right.
The other reason I don't
like how would you flip like
how would
weird.
you flip backwards? You obviously need the opponent's help to basically fall backwards.
Right.
So it takes away, to use one of Sean's favorite words, the verisimilitude.
Yeah, that's a Sean word.
And second of all, it doesn't make sense if the wrestler who is attacking and basically like snaking around the other wrestler's arms is a lesser weight than the other wrestler, because Bayley doesn't have the weight to flip Piper Niven onto her back. And you saw it was very sloppy. That would only work. Yeah, that would only work if for instance, Nia Jax somehow did that to someone like Bianca Belair, who is strong enough to hold Nia Jax, but Nia weighs more than Bianca. She could conceivably pull off that move. But like Bayley doing it to Piper, no. As soon as it happened, I'm like, oh, that's not the finish, is it? I didn't know why they kept having her reverse the rose plant, because to me that like the rose plant's a perfect move because you can do it to anyone, right? You just wrap their arm around and basically use your knee to slam their head into the canvas. Right. You can do that with any size wrestler.
Yeah, I know, and like things like that, like or Claymore or things where it's like anybody, like okay, you just get a big boot to your face, like anyone can do these moves and get hurt by them, but yeah. And it's like, the crucifix thing, it's like, I guess that was supposed to be like, oh, she was, caught off guard. Oh, it's just do the post plant. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it made literally no sense. And especially Bayley trying to do it to Piper. Piper jumped backwards for the crucifix driver to work. And I was that's why Bayley. Yeah, that's why Bayley lost her grip, right? Because she had someone who was far bigger than her, and she's trying to do that. It's bad, right? So I didn't like the finish. Piper, having her, she's a Scottish. Like, I don't mind Piper, but she hasn't done anything for me. Like, she's just a big girl. She has a few neat moves like the splashes and that. But like someone like Nia Jax has surpassed her since she came back, and I just like shrug. Like, Bayley got beaten up like she normally does now, because she's just the underdog face all the time, the underdog champ. And then she won in a completely unconvincing way. I'm like, okay. Chelsea Green was the only bright spot for this match to me.
She was awesome. We've been Chelsea Green fans since the friggin' day one.
Since day one. It's the complaints department, I don't know how that didn't come about.
That was so great. Yeah, the complaint department was awesome. But yeah, she's Scottish. I thought she was Chinese. No, you didn't, FK. I think you're joking. Well, since Becky's gone now, Bailey's basically my favorite.
Face. Well, favorite female wrestler.
Female. I feel like Tiffany's been on a weird break.
Tiffany did a racist. She had a thing on her Instagram that was racist.
And it wasn't, though. She didn't even say anything. It was someone from the audience yelled it.
Yeah.
How dumb are people? Well, I mean, don't answer that.
That's another 5-hour stream.
Yeah, well, yeah. Next week we're going to talk about how dumb everyone is. It's like
we'll be here all night.
We'll max out my StreamYard. Oh no, I just, it's a good thing I bought unlimited StreamYard hours. I can only stream for 8 hours though at a time. So I'll talking about how dumb everyone is will take up an entire 8-hour stream session.
We would have to do one stream, and then Sean and I would have to sign up for and then buy unlimited hours and continue it on.
Do another stream, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we only got one match left to talk about. That was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I have to say that the way that Damian Priest got his foot tangled was amazing. Now, was that planned? Because
no, that was a botch.
That was a botch, dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I actually like, and the thing is that it's so weird that I'm not going to consider it a botch, because it's like you can't botch. Like, it's like he botched in such a way that I was like, oh shit, that was awesome. I'm like, I couldn't tell. I'm like, did he want? I was like, well, how did that work? Dude, that was awesome. But that's a kind of botch that would realistically happen in wrestling, right? Like, some of the fake botches are where it's like, okay, you could see it didn't hit, or the other person jumps into the move.
Yeah.
You know, or people, like you see Tiffany Stratton going for her moonsault, and it's like the person's too far and they see they're too far and they kind of roll.
Yeah, they roll over.
They roll like a foot over, and then, oh no, right? But this is like one that, that could happen. You go off and you slip, right? Like that
was a legit botch. It's a legit botch.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Well, what happened is that, and I saw exactly how it happened. So he hurt his right leg. It was actually his knee, because if you saw him going around. But what happened is that Damian Priest's legs are so long, the man can literally jump over the ropes if he gets enough momentum, because he's 6'6", and he's got big ass legs. So what happened is that his left foot landed on the top rope, and his right foot went over the top rope and was on the middle rope, which is how he got tangled up.
Yeah, I saw that.
I literally don't think he could do it again if he tried.
Yeah, I watched it like on my computer, and then I kind of like paused it and kind of just like went slowly, like, in like seconds intervals.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he bad positioning to be, because he was on two different ropes, and he didn't have his footing. He didn't have the stability. And
no, I was gonna say, but to play along with it was genius.
I know. I know. Well, Damian Priest, as much as I don't care about his character, and I don't care about his character, I mean, the guy's great in the ring. Now, he was fortunate that it was I know I'm saying that it's funny, but he was fortunate that it was his right leg and not his left. Because if you look at him, he kicks with his right. I assume he's right-handed, like most people are.
Right.
And as you know, J-Man, being in Taekwondo and that, the right, the thrusting leg is basically your power leg, and the left leg is your stability leg. It's your plant leg. And if he hurt his other leg, he would not have been able to do those kicks and everything. As it was, he was in very bad straits when he landed from doing kicks and stuff. You could see that he was really struggling. And the thing with most of these wrestlers are when they're feigning an injury or a kayfabe injury, they'll do it and then they'll seem to forget about it. Like, he was having legit problems climbing the ropes. You could tell he usually climbs to the second ropes. He's like, nope, I gotta go first rope, then second rope, then third rope.
Yeah, and there's the usual bunch of razor's edges and choke slams and more, and then
choke slams,
and then okay, so all right. I mean, So this is coming from somebody, and so we've got a lot of people watching through Twitter right now. Actually, most of the audience is through Twitter. I believe Twitter you can see the video. Now I'm not on camera, so I can't see your face and I can't see our reactions to it. But and I don't really know how the crowd is, but I was never around for CM Punk's big kind of popularity. So
Yeah.
to me, he's pretty new from what I'm seeing.
Right.
So I'm not sure, and you can maybe answer. I'm not sure, like, what am I supposed to take away from the ending of this? Because is Drew okay? Is Drew a face? Is Damian Priest a face? And is CM Punk a face who is supposed to do a face thing right now, or he's a betweener, or he's a heel? Because my interpretation is that I'm like, screw this guy, he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they're like, oh, CM Punk, it's like he's getting his revenge. And it's like, I'm starting to forget what the revenge is for. And I'm just seeing CM Punk as being irritating and crap. like to me, Drew McIntyre is clearly better. So I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to feel?
Okay. So what I've taken away is that Drew McIntyre is the heel. Damian Priest is basically a heel tweener.
Right.
So he sort of like can be either. And CM Punk is supposed to be a face. Now, in Scotland, Drew McIntyre is not going to be a heel. So
Right.
they sort of flipped it and said CM Punk is the heel and Drew McIntyre is the face.
Right.
The problem with doing this is that you've sort of muddied the waters. So I'll give you an example. Michael Cole has been continuing this narrative about Drew McIntyre, that he's got excuses and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. And, I mean, it doesn't hold water, because if you look at what Drew McIntyre's been doing, he's always been against overwhelming odds. I'm sort of, like, done with this whole narrative. I'm sort of done with this narrative that, he's making excuses in that for past failures, because other than the last WrestleMania match, which was his fault, basically, because he got too cocky and he didn't, do the right thing. It's always been guys like beating him up who weren't involved in the match. So I'm kind of like, well, no, he's right. He's absolutely right. Like, if 5 guys jump in the ring and kick your ass, you're not winning, especially if the referee doesn't disqualify anyone, which, is fast and loose these days.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, yeah, Drew McIntyre is right, but they're not, they're trying to tell me that he's wrong, but he's not wrong, in my opinion. Damian Priest is just, he's got the championship because, well, you saw it yesterday. Like, he's a good soldier, right? He has decent matches, and he's really well liked backstage, and he works hard. That's why he has the championship. Not, in my opinion, because of any character work he's done.
Yeah, like Drew McIntyre is like, oh, he's making these excuses, but they're not excuses. It's what's happening. If a bunch of guys come and beat you up, it's like, ha ha ha. It's like, well, I lost because you all came and beat me up. Stop making excuses. No, that's not an excuse. That I'm telling you what happened.
Well, Roman Reigns said the same thing to Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns always had guys jumping in and beating guys up. He's like, oh, you can't get it done. I'm like, no, you're cheating. Like, the one problem I have is, like, when the storyline treats the fans as idiots, right? And this is becoming one where they're treating the fans as idiots. CM Punk, that was a total heel move, what he did yesterday. That was shades of Shane McMahon coming in and screwing Stone Cold Steve Austin when he was going to pin, Mankind during that whole tournament that The Rock won.
Right.
Right? Like, that was a complete heel thing to do. Now, they did it in Scotland, but, like, next week they won't be in Scotland. So how do you have CM Punk, like, justify that? And he's like, oh, Drew McIntyre's obsessed with me and blah, blah. So you fly across the pond to Scotland and screw him over and pretend to be a referee? Like, that seems rather extreme to me.
Yeah, and how did you know that the ref would get knocked out and you'd have a ref suit on? Like, it was just too weird. Like, it totally kills the verisimilitude.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then it's like, what, the announcers didn't see that it was CM Punk. Like, you could tell that was a weird referee. Like, the guy came running in and jumped in. I was like, do referees come in and jump in and like
in Air Jordans. Yeah,
like
I've
it's
never
just
seen a referee wear an Air Jordan.
yeah. It was so I was like, okay, something's wrong. It's like 1, 2, 3, I not counting. It's like what? But like, why even jump into pretend to count?
Well, here's
Because
the
like
thing.
if you're not a real ref, what is it like?
Yeah,
What was the psych out? Like, I'm not really a ref. Okay, so your counting didn't mean anything anyway.
yeah. So and then the WWE tried to do damage control on this one by showing a video of CM Punk backstage. He saw the referee get knocked out. He found a referee. He asked for a shirt. He got the shirt. He ran out. Okay, cool. But it goes back to what you just said. He accomplishes nothing by doing other than a psych out. And you flew to Scotland to do that. Like, okay, and then he kicks him in the nuts, and then he gets one more choke slam, self of heaven, whatever, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just like, you're turning Drew McIntyre into the most sympathetic wrestler on the roster because he keeps getting screwed over. And it makes no, and like, I'm like, and you're CM Punk's doing it. So who's supposed to be one of your most popular wrestlers? So it was a weird ending. And I don't really know, to your point, what I'm supposed to take away from this. I have complete sympathy for Drew McIntyre, and I agree. CM Punk is a jerk. So
Yeah, like I'm all you've done is made me pumped up for Drew McIntyre. I'm like, Drew McIntyre is being screwed,
Yep.
and this sucks.
Yep.
And like, what the heck? Is that what you wanted? Just Joe, hey man, got to give credit for Priest for toughing it through with that. Yeah,
Yep.
we were just talking about that.
Yeah, that was serious. Like that was serious professional work. Especially because I thought, okay, so he's either hyperextended it or worst case scenario, he's blown out his UCL, which means he's gone for a year. So I don't think he's blown out his UCL or his MCL or whatever CL tendons are in your knee. I think he's hyperextended it, so he might be out for a couple weeks.
Let me see injury. Damian Priest injury update after Clash. During the match, Priest didn't have a ring out. However, his foot, okay. He was fine backstage after the match. They're saying he was selling it more. Post Priest.
I don't know. He was that was a sell, that was above average selling, because you could see they were struggling in the match to figure out how to utilize Priest on one leg. And even at the end, you could see McIntyre and Priest talking after the finish, were basically McIntyre was asking Priest if he was okay and stuff. So
okay, here's a 1 hour ago update. As seeing 2020 for Clash of the Castle champion David Priest went over. Priest was selling his leg during the rest of his match against Drew McIntyre. While speaking to the radio, okay, I actually heard from the preliminary news wasn't that bad. They're actually saying it's a miracle. It wasn't as bad as they feared, but nothing is conclusive.
Yeah,
so
the swelling would be this. If they did an MRI, the swelling would hinder you being able to see the true severity of it. But when it happened, I thought, okay, there goes his UCL or his MCL, and I'm like, at best, he probably hyperextended it, because you got to think, like, this is a large man.
I'd buy that for $1. Oh shoot, where's my? You're gonna see your. That's funny. So I put a poll up. What is everybody thinking? Right now we've got 11 votes. I don't think they can vote on Twitter though. I don't think the people on Twitter can vote. So we've got 36% give it 5 out of 5. 55% give it a 4 out of 5, and 9% gave it a 3 out of 5. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, yeah, I was gonna say 3.5. I don't do 0.5s, so I guess I'll give it a 4.
What I like about these matches or these cards are they're focusing on a limited amount of matches, which I like. because it keeps the time down, and they'll do the longer cards for the flagship pay-per-views like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and all that.
Right.
So they're concentrating on just a few storylines so they can tell them well. Now, I don't think they told all of these well, especially the last one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, now that she's walking around without the golf makeup, she looks way better. But yeah, I don't think it was a bad card. Which is why I gave it 4 out of 5. I didn't hate the women's tag team matches as much as some people did. So that's probably why I gave it 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I definitely like. I'm trying to do that, FK. I'm trying to help you out here. I will say I do like Jade and Bianca, but I do like their attire though.
Yeah. Well, they've been basically having them dress like a modern day female Legion of Doom, which makes sense. The problem is that they just haven't built enough of the female wrestlers that they can't have this super team running around.
Yeah, because then nobody can defeat them, right?
Right. I mean, maybe put Piper with Nia Jax. I thought that might have been an interesting thing. But you know, I was shocked that they won, but they did it in the best way I think they could. Get the titles off Jade and Bianca because you don't want them to just run ramshot over everything, and Jade does need some work. So.
Yeah, that was the tag match. So, which ones did you predict?
I was right about Cody versus AJ. I was.
Let's see.
I was 50-50 on Chad versus Sammy. I think I did pick Sammy in the end, and I was right about Bayley Piper. I was wrong about the last match, and I was wrong about the female tag team match.
Yeah, we knew Cody Rhodes was going to win. I didn't think the Unholy Union would win.
No.
I thought Sammy might win. I thought he'd probably win. I knew Bayley was going to win. And I wasn't sure about Damien and Drew. I thought maybe they'll give it to Drew because he's in Scotland finally because he keeps getting screwed over. But I guess they want to continue this CM Punk. Can CM Punk, is he cleared to wrestle yet or no?
No, not yet.
This is a great poster.
Yep. Drew. So, I mean, they're obviously going to have CM Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam. I think that's a given. So, I will be very curious to see who wins Money in the Bank, which is in Toronto.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But SummerSlam is the next, like, it's Money in the Bank, but SummerSlam's the next big one. So CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre is guaranteed for that card.
SummerSlam's 2 nights.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I know. I mean, our stream's going to be 10 years.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep this one a little short today because I've got a massively early day at work tomorrow, and Steve's got a bit of a headache. So we're trying to not kill ourselves here. But what is there anything else that you want to mention just in general? I mean, I've been liking Lola Vice a lot.
Yeah,
watching all her stuff. She's great. I'm following her on all her socials. NXT for me is great. I'm liking Fallon as a villain.
Yeah, I just wish they changed her music because it doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm enjoying NXT the most right now, I think. I love Thea Hale.
Yeah, she's great.
She is my favorite female wrestler now.
Yeah.
Bar none. Most of what I'm seeing I'm enjoying. I am curious to see how this new Wyatt family works out, which is supposed to debut tomorrow.
Who's in it?
So I was disappointed to see Joe Gacy won't be part of it because when I heard that I was interested. But the new Wyatt family will basically be Uncle Howdy, who's Bo Dallas, who's Wyndham Rotunda's legit brother. He's
Okay.
Mike Rotunda's son. Eric Rowland, who was part of the original Wyatt family, the last literally surviving member of the Wyatt family,
Okay.
the original, because the other two have passed away.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross
Oh.
and Dexter Loomis.
Okay.
So I'm interested in that, and I think Wendy Chu might be joining too, based on.
I saw that she's all like a nightmare version instead of the pillow. Instead of
So I think, yeah. So I think she's joining as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I do like them. I will be curious to see how they're handled because the supernatural elements of Bray Wyatt's persona is not going to be done with this new Wyatt family. So I will be interested to see how they handle this. If it's like the House of 1,000 Maniacs, maybe. I have no idea.
Yeah, just be all weird or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I still like my all my luchador characters, Rey Mysterio and all that. I mean, Rey Mysterio, he's a bit slower now because he's older, but he's always been one of my favorites from the beginning. Yep. As soon as he popped in, you were like, wow, because you never seen anything like this guy before. You're like, wow, this is crazy. I do like passing it to Dragon Lee, who I really like as well. I really like Dragon Lee. So I'm cool with I mean, I like Legado del Fantasma. They're still good. They got to do something more with them. They're kind of feuding. They just started a feud with who are they feuding with now?
Like Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, who are basically like D-list.
Right.
It's just, they're not really doing anything with that faction, which, first of all, we need far more Elektra Lopez on television.
Yeah.
Like, we need Elektra Lopez at every show.
That is for sure.
I don't know. Like, they're not really doing... And someone pointed out in Charlotte Flair's husband,
yes,
Andrade, agreed with them. Why do the Latino fighters continue to fight just the Latino fighters? Like, why aren't they fighting other people?
Hey, skeptic.
Yeah. So I'm glad Carlito seems to be part of Judgment Day now.
I like Carlito.
I like Carlito too. So I'm glad they're doing something with him instead of just having him be like Rey Mysterio's hat rack. So I don't know. I'm liking more than I'm not liking. I love Awesome Truth. I love R-Truth. He is so ridiculous.
Yeah, he is funny.
I just like him and Miz together. Like Miz is just completely trying to, and he was talking to like, I went to a fortune teller. He's like, what? There is no such thing. It's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and then it's like it's Scarlet. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to fight the APA. He's like, no, we're not. So, yeah, I like
Carlito.
I like R-Truth. He's. I always stop to see what he says to Miz. So.
Oh yeah, I don't like this. I know they've got the Puerto Rican version of this, like the LWO logo, but it's just weird.
Yeah, I just want the Mexican version.
Like this is fine. Like that's the regular one. Yeah, here you go. Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee. I was sort of hoping Chad Gable would win the IC title and start a feud with Dragon Lee. I think those would be killer matches. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, this guy is the new Rey Mysterio for me. Like I love Rey Mysterio from the beginning. He's the only toy. Like when they brought out, they did a He-Man tribute thing where they did every He-Man figure. They took I don't know if you know this. They took every He-Man figure and mixed it with a wrestler. Did you know about this?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. So it's like Stratos, Rey Mysterio. So I got two of these. So it's Stratos, Rey Mysterio together. I don't know if you can see the screen.
Yeah.
So it's like it mixed those two. Now if you take off all of Stratos's gear, then it's just a Rey Mysterio figure.
Right.
So it's called Masters. So it's Masters of the WWE universe. So it's
nice.
like right. So it's like warrior. So it's
Warrior.
like
Yeah.
right. So it's like that's Triple H with Ram Man's.
That's Goldberg.
Oh, sorry, Goldberg with Ram Man's armor.
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog with Spike-Or, his armor.
Nice.
Macho Man was awesome. Macho Man, where was Macho Man? Is he on here? Yeah, Macho Man has Man at Arms armor. He's impossible to get.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This is who is this? Oh, Stone Cold as Trapjaw.
That makes sense.
Right. So it's pretty weird. It's just like I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this random toy line? Oh yeah, Triple H, he's awesome.
Oh, he's Skeletor?
Yeah, it's like a Skeletor kind of guy. Mr. T. Oh, Mr. T is Jitsu. He's Jitsu's armor.
I assume Sean has that toy.
I don't know what he has. Yeah, though the Mr. T toy is awesome. This is Macho Man in Hordak's armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan had He-Man's armor. Andre the Giant. I don't know what character this is supposed to be. But anyways, it's pretty neat. But the only one I bought was Rey Mysterio because I'm like, if you remove all the gear, it's just a Rey Mysterio He-Man figure, and I'm like, he looks cool anyways. Like Rey Mysterio back in the day, like when he first started, we're like, this is just the greatest thing ever. Like,
yeah, the Luchador. Yeah, but when Rey Mysterio was at his peak, he was one of the big draws of WWE.
it was just crazy. But Dragon Lee is now like awesome.
Those Axiom with NXT.
Yes. Axiom. Oops. They're gonna think I'm like trying to. NXT. How do you spell his name? Oh yeah,
AXOIOM.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, he's super cool.
I think he's a legit. I hate to say legit, but he's legit where you don't know his real name. Like he's a true luchador.
Yeah.
Like you don't know his real name. I think Dragon Lee, you can find his real name, but Axiom, you don't know his real name.
Mm-hmm. You had a rave. Oh, that's awesome. You mean like why is that a fail? Yeah, Macho Man from I got to be a Macho Man. I got it. I've got to be. I haven't watched. There hasn't been a Triple Mania in a while. Lucha, because you can watch their Triple Manias for free.
I thought I heard they had one, or they were having one recently.
I'll check right now. I'm on their list. I should have been notified of that ASAP. You know the problem is with YouTube, like there's a lot of things where you don't get the notifications anymore. It's bullshit. Well, what's this? This is a Triple Mania, but it's only one match. It's not the full thing.
Right.
The last full one I saw was about 10 months ago where they streamed it. So let me see videos. What's new? Triple Mania special, Tijuana.
Yeah, that's the one I heard about.
Okay, so that full thing isn't available yet. It looks like it's just segments.
Okay.
I mean, if there was an English way, like I watch sumo wrestling, and there's English coverage, but there's no English coverage of any of this stuff. So it's tough to like. My God, there's so many. My God, there's 3 ads. Oh no, there wasn't 3 ads. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is a women's match that they've given us for free. Oh, they give us a couple of. So it's about an hour of free. Yeah, so maybe I'll watch some of that. There's Santo. What are you? I was just saying fail because looking up Axiom.
Ha!
Oh, incorrectly. Sorry. Am I excited for Wolverine to have his yellow suit? Yes, I am excited for that. Nacho Man. Oh, yeah, let's see Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, and then with the Clash of the Castle. Oops. Clash of the Castle. Let's see if they show the luchador match. Oh my God, who is this character? Who is that? It's so outrageous.
I know.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, brother?
I love how she's just. What up, Chris?
Hey, they're at Heroes Con. Or they might be back by now. I guess everyone's back.
She grabbed a luchador mask. Like someone had one backstage.
Oh, they sell them. You can buy these.
Oh,
It's all Rey Mysterio masks. I have Blue Demon. I was thinking of getting a Rey one, but there's like 17 to choose from. I don't know what to choose. But I think Chris and all the guys were at Heroes Con.
nice.
And yeah, they're all back safe. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, everyone's back from Heroes Con. So I've been seeing some of the videos. Basically, Chris, Legion of Comics, a few other guys have all been posting their videos of just at the con. I've never gone to Heroes Con. I didn't even go to Fan Expo this year, but there is. I do have to say, there is a Transformers convention coming up in July, and so Buddy Yansky is going to be there. He wrote the Marvel comics for Transformers.
Nice.
And Stan Bush is going to be there. So there's like 100% chance I'm going. I don't care. Like, You Got the Touch is my number one favorite song of all time. I once listened to it like about 15 times in a row. There's an album called The Ultimate, and every song on there is amazing. The Thunder in Your Heart, which is from the Turbo Kid movie.
Yeah.
They use the Stan Bush song Thunder in Your Heart, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
That you prefer Dare? Okay, Dare's good. Dare to Believe You Can't Survive. But like, I listened to that one 16 times, and the other one 17. It doesn't matter. It's like I listened to both of them a million times. I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, every song you did on this album is the greatest thing ever. Joe Dog, all right, going to go watch House of the Dragon. Yep. I'm like on page 400 of Fire and Blood of that book. Woo! Taking forever to get through that sucker.
Yep.
Stan Bush is redder than Dick Bush. Okay. So that's going to be good. So definitely going to that one.
Nice.
Alrighty. I think we've done about an hour. We could probably start to wrap it up. We don't like to let a lot of people watch these after the fact, and sometimes they get discouraged if it's too long.
Yeah.
So we've kind of gone through all the matches. I want to just quickly point out that, of course, Legion live stream is on Monday, covering 3 issues of the Legion. These are all good. Thursday is Transformers Thursdays. We're back with Marvel Comics. That's going to be exciting. And Friday is Fantastic Fridays. We're doing 4 more issues of Fantastic Four. And we're going to be doing Dazzler at some point coming up. And we're going to go back to, of course, the Headmasters cartoon. And just to let everybody know, I will not be playing episodes. I now have another comment of someone thinking that I was going to play the episodes. So I want to be transparent. It's going to be us. We're going to show, still pictures from the episodes, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to look at them online and stuff, but we're not going to watch the episodes. It's not a watch party. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not Hasbro or whatever. I don't know who owns the Japanese Headmasters thing, but whoever owns it, it's not me. J-Man does. It's a shocker. J-Man does not own the official rights to Transformers.
Or Thundercats, or
G.I. Joe, yeah.
Or He-Man.
And I didn't write any of these Fantastic Four issues either. I don't own those rights either.
Nope. No rights are being owned except what we produce ourselves.
Correct. Yeah. I'll get an applause to the guys in the comments who
think that you own the rights to Hasbro's Transformers. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Steve, anything you want to talk about? Let's put your link up. Let me get your link up in the chat here before we end off. So Steve's got his website. This is for his books. So through the website, you can find all the books that he's written, and then you can go to links because they're on all the Amazons, which means it doesn't matter what country you're in.
Yeah.
You can find these through just Amazon. So it's really easy. Anything you want to mention or?
Yeah, so I'm just getting the cover done by our good friend, could not be reached for further comment.
Yes.
For the next book, which is Wizards and Demons. Not Demons and Wizards, which I think was a metal band. This one is called Wizards and Demons. J-Man is very familiar with it because these 2 characters were part of are much loved, but unfortunately not much sold Into the Void pulp magazine that we did for a few months. So I've collected those stories and I've added new ones and release it as I'm going to release it as a collection, and I'm hoping to do so in July. So that's the next thing I'm doing.
Yeah. I buy all your stuff, but I'm definitely getting that one for damn sure. And I'm gonna make sure I get a physical copy, and I'll read it with Kindle. I usually read everything on Kindle, but then I'll get a physical copy when I can. But for that one, I'm gonna get that ASAP. Take off, take off. Is Blaster a black stereotype? I don't know. Like, everyone listens to music.
I literally have popular culture has turned on its head so much that it's impossible to have an opinion on anything because everyone just thinks certain things now. So
like, they're applying gender and race to things that are raceless. It's like it's literally Skeptic, I think you were there on Headmasters. Blaster is dead. Now he is twin cast and he's blue. I kind of like the blue. You didn't watch Headmasters, did you, Steve?
No, I never got into Headmasters.
Oh shit! It's because it's Rebirth, right? So you don't watch. Blaster and Soundwave have this massive battle where they both kill each other.
Oh shit!
It's friggin' awesome. They literally punch the crap out of each other and punch through their chests and stuff. And Soundwave is destroyed into pieces, and then Laserbeak and some of the other guys, the other tapes, grab some of his components, and Galvatron remakes him as Sound Blaster, and he's all black.
Ooh.
And then the other tapes are upset that Blaster's dead, so they recreate him, and he's blue instead of red, and he's called Twincast. And that's how they come back. And Optimus Prime dies again in the third episode, so he dies again, and then Ultra Magnus is going to die. He's not dying this week, but he'll probably be dying the next stream. He won't die, but the stream after that, I think he'll die.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is Steven. Oh my God, Skeptic, are you crazy? Steve's not feeling well. He's got a headache.
I got more than that. I think I got the flu or something. I got the chills and blah blah blah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so we're going cameraless here to save everybody.
I'm actually laying down, so I'm basically emulating the voice actor of HAL 9000. 2001 Space Odyssey. That's why this is the most relaxed stream we've ever had.
Doesn't get any more relaxed than this. No, it's not. It's not the coof. No. We can't say it on stream because it'll tag us. So no, it's not that. It's not a Tuma. You mean it's not the Submariner villain named Atuma?
Yeah.
No, it's not Atuma.
Not Atuma.
It's not Atuma. All right, everybody, we're gonna end it off there. Join us tomorrow, man. Legion. This is a big one. I'm excited to share these comics with you, but it is also going to be a little sad not having Clobberin there for this one. This will be the first time he's not there. So it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Everyone's been very supportive, so thank you to everybody. Thanks to all the members who have signed up to be Legionnaires. We appreciate it. That is it, everybody. Thanks for watching this stream. Please remember to like the stream as well, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night. All right, until next time. Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.